Hey everybody, my name is Ron Warren. I'm with Ron Warren Photography in the Detroit area. I just wanted to take a moment today to introduce you to a monolight that I recently got, a budget monolight called the Neewer C-250 monolight, 250 for 250 watt seconds. And as of today, which is January 13th, 2015, this thing is on Amazon for $68.99 plus shipping and applicable taxes. And at $70, as you might expect, it's certainly nothing like anything from the Palsy Buff line. It's nothing like a Pro Photo, by no means. But what this is a pretty good little monolight. In fact, excellent for $70. And it's going to be a great introduction to anyone doing studio flash. And I think even some pros might get a lot of use out of this. Now, at $70, if this thing lasts me a year, I'll be thrilled. I've only had it a little while. I can speak to you about functionality. It works just fine. I cannot talk to you about any overheating issues. I can't speak to you about general durability. I don't know how long it's going to last. But like I say, if it lasts a year, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, Neewer is kind of a lower end line along the lines of Yongnuo and some of the other brands. Unlike Yongnuo, I'm not sure that this is any sort of a knockoff. It's just a cheap budget monolight. Now what you get right out of the box is the unit itself with a built-in umbrella bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right on the light stand. And you can see that works very easily, very quickly. And boom, that's secure. Okay. And it does come with a nice long grounded power cable. So we're going to plug that in right here. And out of the box it also comes with a small instruction manual and a nine-foot PC sync cord, which honestly I can't see myself using. And while it could be longer, it could be shorter, but I was happy it came with one. It was a little bit of a pleasant surprise. And you know, in a lot of situations, if you don't have radio triggers or you don't want to use the optical flash, I can see how that could be useful. Assuming your camera has a PC sync port. My Canon 6D actually doesn't, but you can buy a hot shoe adapter that will give you a PC sync port. So that was what comes in the box: the unit, the power cable, the 9-foot PC sync cord, and the instruction manual. Now this thing can be triggered with an optical flash. It can be triggered with radio triggers. And it's got the ability, let me turn this around here and show you the back. It's got a power control. It's, you might call it fretless. It doesn't click into any spots. It's you just kind of eyeball it, and it does have indications for 1/8, 1/4, and 1/2 power and full power. You can turn the unit on here, modeling lamp on or off there, and some different options with your slave should you use the optical slave. And the optical slave is if it sees another flash pop, it will trigger. So you don't really need any triggers at all because this will see another flash, whether it's your on-camera flash or a speed light that you might have, or another off-camera flash in the room. So let's power that up, and you can see the modeling light is on. I don't want to aim it right at the camera because that will be very distracting. Now, something I was pleasantly surprised about, the instruction manual says that for radio triggering you need 5 volts. And I'm utilizing some old Cowboy Studio triggers, about the cheapest thing you can possibly find on the internet. A unit of these is about $20 for both trigger and receiver. So they're very inexpensive. All they do is pop. There's no controls between them. But this thing takes, the receiver has 2 AAA batteries, 1.5 volts each, presumably 3 volts altogether. So it's not the 5 volts that this machine says it requires. So we've got that plugged in. I think we're just going to balance that up on top here for a moment. Okay. Now, despite what it says in the manual, 5 volts, and I believe this just has 3, you can see it triggers just fine. And it recycles fairly quickly. Now, right now I do have it on the lowest setting. So let's crank it up to its highest setting for just a moment and see what kind of recycle time we have. 1 Mississippi, less than 2 seconds. Not bad. Will that change over time as the unit gets hotter? Possibly. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't had it long. I haven't tested it very much. So, again, I can't speak to... We're going to just discharge. Oh, nothing to discharge. Very good. Okay. So I can't speak to the durability of this unit. What I can speak to is its functionality. It does what it says it would do. It's $70. I'm tempted to buy half a dozen of these at that price. And it's a great introduction to some studio monolight flash technology. And the big plus over the speed light is the fact that it has the modeling light. So sometimes in studio, that will allow you to get a good idea about where your shadows fall. And of course, it'll give you a great idea, not an idea, but it'll allow you to focus. And sometimes if you've got your studio set in a very dark manner, for low-key lighting or for some other reason, it's hard to focus on your subject. You might need that autofocus assist beam. Here, you can use that modeling light, and you can focus on your subject and get an idea where your shadows are falling. So that's the Neewer C-250 monolight, available through Amazon. And I say I have to recommend it. For the price, you can't go wrong. And I think it's going to be a great addition to what I'm doing in the studio, especially for business headshots. So this has been Ron Warren with RonWarrenPhotography.com in the Detroit area. Please keep us in mind if you're interested in business headshots. We also occasionally help models, and we do corporate events and personal events such as weddings. Thank you.